recording. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, today we're going to learn about multiplying some special binomials. We learned about multiplying doing the FOIL method. And this is basically giving you some shortcuts when you have some binomials that are special. For instance, these two. Say you want to multiply x plus 3 times x plus 3. Right? We're going to FOIL that like we did before, or use the box method, however you choose. And you're going to go the two first terms together. What does that give you? Hello. X squared. The two outer terms gives you
3x
plus 3x. The two inner terms also gives you 3x. And the two last terms gives you 9. Okay? And then when I combine like terms, I get x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now, rather go through that every single time, okay, there's a shortcut. And that shortcut that says that if you have something x plus, or let's call it a plus b squared, that's equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That's kind of what I did here. So for example, over here, a is x. So here I'm squaring x plus 3, which means x plus 3 times x plus 3. And what people love to do, like even in my advanced pre-calc, they'll say x plus 2 squared, okay? And they'll say, oh, this is equal to x squared plus 4. All I have to do is square this and square this, right? But that's wrong, because you have to remember that what you're actually doing when you're doing x plus 2 squared is you have to FOIL, right? So there's the two first terms to worry about. There's the two outer terms plus 2x. There's the two inner terms plus 2x. And there's the two last terms plus 4. So you actually get x squared plus 4x plus 4. But there's a shortcut, right? Instead of multiplying this all out, all I have to do is, let's do this one, x plus 5 squared. All I have to do is take this squared, this is what the formula says, take the first thing squared, plus 2 times this times this. So what's this times this? 5x plus 2 times 5x plus this squared, which is 125. So you end up, when you simplify, x squared plus 10x plus 25. All right? So that's kind of the shortcut cheater way. All right? So let's try you try, without actually FOILing it, see if you guys can tell me, we'll put a different letter in there, y plus 4 squared is, without actually, Sarah just said it's y squared 2 times this, so that's plus 8y plus this squared, which is plus 16. So that's all you have to do for that. It's a shortcut. Okay. It works the same if there's a minus. It works almost the same if there's a minus sign.
Okay, you wrote the x instead of y.
Sorry. I was seeing if you were paying attention or not. Thanks. All right. So so there's another formula for a minus b squared, and it's almost the same, but it is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So see, for example, if you guys could multiply m minus 3 squared together using that formula, okay? You guys try. You try. It's going to be m squared. You square the first term. You multiply this times this, except there's a minus sign, and you times it by 2. So it's minus 2 times 3m plus, and it's negative 3 squared. So this is b, which turns out to be b squared. So then you simplify that, or you could just do it in your head, minus 6m. So you could jump right to there, like that. Okay? All right, so that's that. Now, unfortunately, it always gets a little more complicated, right? So what if I had something like 2y plus 5g, oh, this is hard, 5g squared, okay, equals something, right? Well, basically, you use the same formula. So this is a, and this is b. So it's going to be a squared plus 2 times a times b squared. Or you can FOIL it out. So if I want to do the shorthand, the shortcut method, you can still FOIL it, but it's going to be 2y squared plus 2 times a, which is 2y, times b, which is 5g, plus 5g squared. You'll see a couple like this in homework, and then they'll ask you to simplify. What's 2y squared? What's 2y squared? No, 4y squared. 2y squared. You have to square this and square this. Then over here, you multiply all the numbers. 2 times 2 times 5. What's 2 times 2 times 5? 20. Okay? And then y and g you can't multiply together, so you just leave it as yg. And 5g squared becomes 5 squared g squared, so that's 25g squared. So when you have double letters like that, that's where it gets kind of tricky. Okay? So I'm not going to give you a U try like that right now. We're going to teach you something else. Need some time to write that down? Am I still recording? Yeah. Difference of 2 squares. My goal is to get done in under 15 minutes. 2 squares. Difference of 2 squares. And so difference of 2 squares is something like x minus 5 times x plus 5. So if I did the long way and I FOILed this, come on, Stephen, wake up. If I were to FOIL this, okay, first terms gives me what? 2 first terms, x squared. 2 outer terms, what do I get? Other than Sarah or Justin, what's 5 times x? What's 5 times x? 5x. Thank you. 5x. The 2 inner terms, what's minus 5 times x? Kieran? Negative 5x. And what's negative 5 times positive 5? Negative 25. So what happens to these two things? What's 5x minus 5x? They go away, right? You get 0. So this becomes just plain old x squared minus 25. Okay? So what happens is the middle terms disappears. So when you have the difference of 2 squares, the general formula is a plus b times a minus b. If you have something like that, that's really easy because all you have to do is it's just equal to a squared minus b squared. So for instance, say I have y plus 2 times y minus 2. Who can tell me what that answer is really quick? What's that answer? Brian, could you tell me what that is?
Y squared minus 4.
That's it, just y squared minus 4. All you have to do is square this, and then minus this square, okay? And that's all there is to it. So this has some practical applications, believe it or not. Say you want to multiply, say you're like the math wizard, and you want to multiply 99 times 101. Why would you ever want to do that? I don't know, but maybe you do. Maybe someone says, hey, can you multiply 99 by 101 in your head? And you say, sure I can, because you say, well, this is 100 minus 1 times 100 plus 1, right? And so I know by this formula that this is 100 squared minus 1 squared, right? What's 100 squared? It's 1 with some zeros after it. How many zeros? How many zeros does 100 squared have? 4, okay? So what's that? What's 1 squared? 1. So then you get 10,000 minus 1, which is 9,999. So you can do stuff like that in your head, you know, without even being kind of clever. So you could even do something like, hey, watch me impress my friends. Let's try it. You try. Try to do this in your head. You try, just for fun, 53 times 47. Try to recognize this as the difference of two squares. How could I rewrite 53 and how could I rewrite 47? Try to do it without using a calculator. See if you can figure that out real quick. You wrote this as what? How do you write 53?
50 plus 3.
Nice. 50 plus 3. And you wrote this as what?
50 minus 3.
50 minus 3, right? So using the difference of two squares, this would have to be 50 squared minus 3 squared, right? And 50 squared is what?
2,500.
2,500. And 9 squared is, 3 squared is 9. And so then kind of in your head, you could do 2,491. Okay? That's the way those math guys, there's this guy, mathematician, and he'll say like, multiply 5,643 times 2. He has other techniques, but he does like stuff like that in your head, and you can do like huge numbers in his head, and just like that.